Arrogance is necessary if you want to be an artist. There is a certain amount of arrogance that goes into the belief of you are going to create something that's going to make a stranger not only listen to your music, but pay you for it. So I can appreciate the self-belief that Tory Lanez has within himself. But there is no amount of arrogance in this world that's going to empower Tory Lanez to the point that he can look Joyner Lucas right in the eye and say, I beat you. Tory Lanez has decided to go at Joyner Lucas. He got up on social media and he was basically saying that he can out-rap everybody. He can out-rap the world except for Eminem, which, funny enough, that's the look that Joyner just got. So you have to figure that Eminem's cosign is interwoven in this whole conflict. And it's not really even a conflict. It's just sort of seems like a friendly competition. At least at this point, it seems friendly. But he took to social media and somehow Joyner got thrown into that. And then Trippie Redd ended up FaceTiming Tory and then they clowned him. And then you had Tory putting out the Lucky You remix or the Lucky You freestyle. Now, this, of course, is the record that Joyner did with Eminem. It wasn't really a diss record. It was just basically Tory displaying that he could do Joyner style. He could do the sort of rapid delivery. And this in some way qualifies Tory as being of that very same ilk. Now, I want to say that this is a mistake on Tory's part. And it's a mistake because when you do that, you sort of take the court of public opinion and you praise it and you put Joyner's style on a pedestal because you basically say, well, this is what you all think is valuable. I can do the same thing. And then you emulate it and then it's not really as good. It's sort of just like a store brand. And, you know, you just walk away and you say, well, see, I could do it too. But all you really did was underscore what makes Joyner great. And you're not going to do Joyner better than Joyner. And of course, you were reminded of that after about maybe 3 or 4 hours when Joyner released the Liddy freestyle. Now, this was a diss record. Joyner had some lines for Trippie Redd. In fact, he even implied that, well, he didn't imply, he said that Trippie Redd he said that 6ix9ine and him ran a train on Trippie Redd's girlfriend. And then he also took aim at Tory Lanez getting a hairline transplant, which is offensive to me, which, you know, that triggers me as a man with no hair. I'm triggered. But no, it was a very good diss record. You know, it was sort of run of the mill. It didn't really have to be anything that great because the situation really doesn't call for it. Now, because Tory decided to do this, I think he's digging an even bigger hole because he has to come out with a response to this record. He may come out with a response later today or sometime over the weekend. I would imagine that Tory will respond to the song and that it's going to be a diss record. Now, if he does it, I think he should remain within his own style. I don't think he should try to cross over to imitate Joyner or to try to prove something to the Joyner fan that he is just as good. In the video that he made, addressing Joyner on social media, he also said, before you want to comment, you should check out my freestyles and do all this. And I think he's right. Definitely check out his Funkmaster Flex freestyle. I know there was some controversy over him stealing lines, but that was a very good freestyle. I think Tory has very good breath control. I think Tory is very capable of maintaining a steady flow. I think his flow is sort of similar to, sort of a Philly style, because everything is, I'll leave you. And it sort of has that Philly tone to it, with regard to another thing about the whole, delivery, I'm not of the opinion that anybody that raps with that style, is better. I know that that's something that Eminem's been experimenting with, through the years as Eminem is evolving. He's like a mad scientist, so he's sort of just experimenting with different deliveries, different cadences, and just different rhyme patterns. and Eminem is going to become whatever Eminem is going to become. But I don't think that qualifies somebody as better. I simply look at it as, okay, so that makes you a wrestler. And if somebody has Tory Lanez' style, then that makes them a kickboxer. I want to see you guys in the ring, and I want to see in this particular fight what prevails. Is it kickboxing or is it wrestling? So if you were to go at Joyner with sort of even a basic style, like let's take somebody from Philly who's always had like a very basic punchline style, somebody like Cassidy. If he were to go at Joyner, I think most of the public today would say that Joyner's better because he does the whole rapid fire thing. I think my boy Eric the Young God sort of said this once, where he says, just white people love just people rapping fast. Like that's just what it is. It's just white people just seem to love it. So that's why it's gotten so popular, and there may be some truth to that. And I think if people hear it nowadays, they'll just automatically say, oh, yeah, that was better, because there's this thought of, well, it seems more complex. It seems more complex to be able to, do all those double entendres and all that stuff. And I don't necessarily agree. I think if you come with a basic style and you just talk to somebody with just some basic punchlines and you hit them over the head with it, then that's the equivalent of just being able to throw really strong haymakers. And if you connect, then you knock someone the fuck out. So I don't think it's any different in this case. So if Tory responds, when Tory responds, I want Tory, to step up with something that's more authentic and more him. I know he's capable of doing basic punchlines, and that's almost what I'd like to hear. I just want to hear somebody come at Joyner in a very aggressive way, and maybe you could be surprised. I don't think it's going to end well for Tory. As I said, there's no amount of arrogance or self-belief that's going to make him win in this situation, because you can only assume that somebody like Joyner, when pushed, will probably surprise himself what he could do in the studio. If Tory comes out with a response, it would probably be something very decent, and the internet takes him seriously to some extent. I know he does the whole R&B thing, but they'll take it seriously to the point where Joyner's going to know in social media that he kind of lit a flame up under his ass. So I think that's just going to take Joyner to another level. And then, we might hear, witness a murder in the next coming days. Another thing that I want to sort of throw in, and I think that this is something that's necessary, and I kind of have to be petty with some of you, and this is what I want to tell you. When I told you that there was something missing in the Drake and Pusha T beef, it's the fact that Pusha T didn't go along with the ghostwriting when I felt that there was supposed to be a separation of this is who you are and this is who I am. I'm authentic. You get other people to write your songs. We have to set aside a difference of what an MC is and what a rapper is. This is a age-old battle that when people say, oh, he's a rapper, he's this, he's that, they think the two words are just interchangeable, and they're not. They are not. Drake isn't an MC. He's a rapper. Pusha T is an MC. But you could still go on thinking that Drake is an MC because he wasn't really picked apart lyrically. Obviously, he won the battle. I get it. He won the battle. You're hiding a child. But this battle here can sort of show you a variation of what I was sort of pointing towards, at least in a vague way. You understand what I'm saying? Because what you will see is you will see a separation between who Joyner Lucas is, and you will see a separation between who Tory Lanez is, which is a very good rapper, who has the capabilities of being a strong MC, who has the capabilities of doing it, but somebody who, when you put him up against someone who is technically sound, somebody who's passionate, somebody who kind of has an axe to grind or a monkey on their back, I think it's not going to end well for him. What did you guys think about both of these records? What did you think about the Lucky You freestyle. What did you think about the Liddy freestyle? I'm not going to ask you which you thought was better because I'm pretty sure you thought Joyner Lucas's record was better. And how do you think this whole thing is going to end? Hopefully within the next 2 days, we're going to get some more records. But please let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time.